Hello, grade 7s. Today we talked about subtracting integers using number lines and using a rule. And I thought I would share another strategy that you can use to subtract with number lines, which some of you might like. And as I said, today it is completely up to you to decide which strategy makes sense to you. So in this strategy, what you really do is you think about which direction you would move on a number line if you were going to add positives or subtract positives or add negatives or subtract negatives. So as we know, if you were going to add positives, you would have to travel on the number line to the right. So you would travel right on your number line. If you were going to subtract any positives, you would travel left on your number line. Similarly, if you're adding negatives, you're getting more negatives, you'd be going to the left. And if you're subtracting negatives, since it's the inverse operation, you would go to the right. So we're going to keep that in mind when we're solving the next couple examples. So this says positive 3 minus negative 2. So to set this one up, we want to actually see it on our number line. So I'm going to start at the 0 and I'm going to head to that positive 3. Okay? So now I have a picture of what that positive 3 looks like. Now it says that we're subtracting negative 2. So let's think about the inverse of that. If I was going to add negative 2, I know that I would go to the left. So if I was going to add negative 2, I'm going to go to the left, but I'm not adding a negative 2, I'm subtracting it. So I'm going to have to go to the right. So I'm going to go from my 3 and I'm going to go 1, 2, which puts me at positive 5, which means my answer is positive 5. Let's try another one. So here it says we have negative 4 minus negative 3. So the first thing we're going to do is to start from 0 and let's set up and see what negative 4 looks like. So there is negative 4. Now in this question we're subtracting a negative. Now if I was going to add a negative, if I was going to do the inverse operation, then I would go to the left. But since I'm actually subtracting it, I'm going to go to the right. So I'm going to just go above the 4 where we were so we can see. So I'm going to take away those 3 negatives, which puts me at negative 1. Let's try another one. And it's a great idea for you to copy this down on your own if you're not, or even do it on your own whiteboard. So for this one it says we're at negative 5, so I'm going to set up that so I can see what that looks like first. So I'm going to go from 0 to negative 5. Now we're subtracting a positive. Now if I was going to add a positive, I would move to the right. But since I'm not adding a positive, I am subtracting it. I'm going to have to move to the left, 7. So I'm going to go from my 5 and I'm going to move 7 along, and that puts me at negative 12. I think this is our last example. So for this one, we are going to set it up the same way, starting from 0. Let's see what negative 10 looks like. So I'm going to go from 0 to negative 10, and now we need to subtract a positive. So if I was going to add a positive, I know I would add a positive by going to the right, but I'm not going to. I'm going to subtract a positive by going to the left. So I'm going to go from that negative 10 that I already have, and I'm going to subtract 8 more, which is going to put me right here at negative 18. So, what do you think of this method? This method might actually work better for you. It might make more sense to you. It's totally fine. I hope that you enjoyed and that we can find a strategy that you like and that works for you. That's it. Happy subtracting. Bye.